Okay, now we are going to discuss operating ratio problems. So, from the following information, calculate operating ratio, revenue from operations, they given 6,80,000, rate of gross profit on cost 25%. Selling expenses, they given 1,44,000. Okay. Administrative expenses, 73,000. Okay. So, we are going to discuss operating ratio. What is the formula here? Cost of revenue from operations plus operating expenses divided by revenue from operations into 100. Okay, that is the problem, formula here. Okay, so we are going to discuss first cost of revenue from operations. Here they given, see the problem, they given, see here, rate of gross profit, 25 profit on cost 25% they given. Okay, so for that, first we are going to discuss cost of revenue from operations. Let cost of revenue from operations be as a 100. So naturally gross profit 25 rupees. Okay. So revenue from operations 100 plus 25 125. Okay. So if you know that they given revenue from operation, we want to know cost of revenue from operation. We form like this table. So 6,80,000 nothing but 125%. So what is our 100%? When you do cross multiplication this 6,80,000 into 100 divided by 125, you get 5,44,000. That's what our cost of revenue from operations. Okay. Then we move for operating expenses. Okay, here selling expenses plus administrative expenses. Okay, so 1,44,000 of selling expenses, then 73,000 administrative expenses. Add together, you got 2,17,000. Okay, so now substitute formula operating ratio is equal to cost of revenue from operations plus operating expenses divided by revenue from operations into 100. Okay, so we know our cost of revenue from operations 5,44,000 plus our operating expenses, just now we got it 2,17,000 divided by revenue from operations 6,80,000. Okay, into 100. When you add together, we got it 7,61,000 divided by 6,80,000 into 100. We got the percentage 111.91 percentage. That's what our operating expenses ratio, operating ratio. Okay. Now moving for our next problem. Here they given operating cost 6,80,000, operating expenses 80,000. Here the gross profit ratio 25% they given. Calculate operating ratio. So operating ratio nothing but again we substitute the formula cost of revenue from operations plus opening expenses divided by revenue from operations into 100. Okay. So now apply the formula. Again we are going to discuss first cost of revenue from operations. Here they given operating costs and operating expenses. Okay. So we simply deduct from our operating cost is 6,80,000. Operating expenses 80,000. We get it 6 lakhs. Okay. So what is our revenue from operation? Again same manner here they given gross profit 25%. Correct. So revenue from operations 100, gross profit 25. So naturally cost of revenue from operations 75. Okay. So 100 minus gross profit 25. So naturally our cost is 75. When you do like this, so our 75% is 6 lakhs. Okay. That's what they given. So what is our 100%? We do the cross multiplication. 6 lakhs into 100 divided by 75, we get it revenue from operation 8 lakhs. Okay. Now operating ratio, substitute the formula. Cost of revenue from operations plus operating expenses divided by revenue from operations into 100. So we know what is our cost of revenue from operations 6 lakhs plus operating expenses 80,000. Then just now we got it revenue from operations 8 lakhs. Okay. So 6,80,000 divided by 8 lakhs into 100. We get it 85%. That's what our operating ratio. Okay. Then moving for our next problem. Following is the statement of profit and loss of Shakti Limited for the year ended 31st March 2020. So calculate operating ratio. Okay. Here statement of profit they given. See as on 31st March 2020. From the format of statement. Revenue from operations, nothing but sales, 4 lakhs. Then other income, 10,000. Total revenue, 4,10,000. Then moving for expenses, purchase of stock in trade, 2,25,000. The changes in inventories of stock in trade, they are given the bracket. Differences, 15,000. Okay. Employee benefit expenses, 6,000. Other expenses, 34,000. So 34,000. They given in the notes on accounts. Okay. Other expenses, administrative 10,000. Expenses, then our selling expenses 14,000, loss on sale of fixed assets 10,000, all three together 34,000. Okay, that's what here the total is 34,000. Our total expenses 2,50,000. We got it for our profit. See here our revenue, total revenue minus our profit expenses. Okay, so you get it from the revenue, total revenue 4,10,000 minus our total expenses 2,50,000. We got it. Profit is 1,60,000. Okay. So this is the problem they given. From this problem, we are going to calculate cost of revenue operating ratio. So what is the formula here? Cost of revenue from operations plus operating expenses divided by revenue from operations into 100. Okay. Now again, the cost of revenue from operations from the given problem, we are going to calculate. Okay, here. So as you know, purchase of stock, stock in trade plus changes in inventories. Okay, that's what they given. Then employee benefit expenses. We add all three together. We get it. See here, purchase of stock in trade. So we deducted our changes in inventories. Okay, so 2,25,000. So minus inventories. Okay, here inventories are going to deduct, not plus. Okay, so purchase of stock in trade minus changes in inventories plus employee benefit expenses. Okay, 2,25,000 because 15,000 the bracket they given. See the problem here they given in the bracket. Okay, that's you're going to deduct 15,000. See stock in trade change in inventories. That's right. Okay, so we're going to deduct 15,000 here. Then we have to add 6,000 for our employee benefit. We got it 2,60,000. That's what our cost of revenue from operation. The moving for operating expenses. So nothing but administrative expenses and selling expenses. We add together for 10,000 plus 14,000, we got it 24,000. So apply the formula, operating ratio, cost of revenue from operations plus operating expenses divided by revenue from operations into 100. Okay. So as you know, cost of revenue from operations 2,16,000 plus our operating expenses 24,000. So divided by our revenue from operations 4 lakhs into 100. Okay. So 2,40,000 divided by 4 lakhs into 100. We got it 60%. That's what our operating ratio. Okay. Then we're moving for our operating profit ratio. Okay, that's what now we're going to discuss operating profit ratio. Here, calculate operating profit ratio from the following information. They given opening inventory 50,000, purchases 5 lakhs, sales here gross sales 7,50,000, closing inventory 75,000, administrative expenses 25,000, selling expenses 60,000, dividend on shares 15,000, loss by theft 10,000. Okay, so here sales return 15,000. Here what is our operating profit ratio? Here operating profit divided by revenue from operations into 100. Okay, so as a revenue from operations, how we are going to calculate? So nothing but here net sales is equal to sales minus sales return. Okay, as you know, the given sales is gross sales 7,50,000. See here the given gross sales 7,50,000. So from the 7,50,000, we're going to deduct our sales return 15,000. We get it 7,35,000. That's what our net sales are, revenue from operations. Okay, now moving for our operating profit. How to calculate operating profit? As you know, revenue from operations 7,35,000. Then less purchases 5 lakhs. Then changes in inventories 25,000. Okay, so we get it 2,10,000. Then we want to add both administrative and selling expenses 25,000, 60,000, 1,75,000 we want to add. You get it operating profit. Okay, add all three together, you get operating profit. So what is the formula here? You know operating profit divided by revenue from operations into 100. When you substitute now 1,75,000 is operating profit. Just now we got it. Then we know revenue from operations 7,35,000 into 100. We get it our percentage is operating profit ratio 23.81%. Okay. Now moving for the next problem. Revenue from operations 4,50,000. Gross profit 25% on cost. Okay, here profit is 25% on cost. Okay, so that you have to very much careful to see here. Operating expenses 22,500. Okay, so calculate operating profit ratio. So what is our operating profit ratio formula? Operating profit divided by revenue from operations into 100. Okay. Now we are going to discuss first what is the cost of revenue from operations. We consider cost of revenue operation as 100. So as you know, gross profit 25. So naturally revenue from operations add together 100 plus gross profit 25. So total revenue from operations 25. So as you do like this, see 1,25,000 is our gross profit. So overall revenue from operations 125. For 125 we have 4,50,000. What is our cost of revenue from operation? That's what we do like this. 125 is equal to 4,50,000. Then 100 is equal to how much? Okay. When you do cross multiplication, 4,50,000 into 100 divided by 125. You got it. Cost of revenue from operations 3,60,000. Now what is our operating profit? As you know, revenue from operations minus operating cost. Okay. Then So what is our revenue from operations? 4,50,000 minus our operating cost. How to calculate operating cost here? Okay, so cost of revenue from operations plus operating expenses, you get it operating cost. So as you know just now, our cost of revenue from operations 3,60,000. See here, just now we calculated here. Okay, 3,60,000. Yeah, okay. For that we are going to substitute here 3,60,000. As you know already from the problem they given operating expenses 2500. If I add together we get it operating cost 3,85,500. And you're going to substitute here. Okay, cost of revenue from operations 3,60,000 plus operating expenses you get it 3,82,500. So we're going to substitute here. Okay, revenue from operations minus operating cost 3,82,500. Okay, 4,50,000 minus 3,82,500. We get it 67,500. Okay, that's what our operating profit. Now we are going to apply the formula. So operating profit divided by revenue from operations into 100. Okay, so as you know operating profit 67,500 divided by revenue from operations 4,50,000 into 100. So we get it 15% of our revenue from profit. Okay, then third one. So operating cost is 6,80,000. Our gross profit 20%, operating expenses 40,000. Calculate operating profit ratio. So as you know the formula, operating profit divided by revenue from operation into 100. You first put the formula. Thereafter, they want to know what is the cost of revenue from operations. Here again you know already operating cost minus operating expenses. We get it cost of revenue from operations. Okay. So here what is our operating cost? You know from the problem given 6,80,000. Then what is our operating expenses? 40,000. We get it 6,40,000. That's what our cost of revenue from operations. Okay. Thereafter, revenue from operations. Nothing but cost of revenue from operations. Want to gross profit. Want to add. So 6,40,000. You know cost of revenue from operation. What is our gross profit? So revenue from operations nothing but here 100. Okay. So gross profit is 20. So naturally, what is our cost of revenue from operation? 100 minus 20, 80. Okay. So 100 is our revenue. Our gross profit is 20%. Naturally, our cost is 80. So now you're going to apply what is our gross profit and cost. Nothing but 20 by 80 or 1 by 4th. When you calculate it now easily, our revenue from operations, cost of revenue from operations plus gross profit. Okay. So 6,40,000 plus gross profit. As you know now, gross profit 6,40,000 cost of revenue plus 20% of our gross profit, 25%, 1/4. Okay. See here, 20 by 80 or 1/4, nothing but 25% gross profit. So our cost of revenue from operation 25%, you get it 1,60,000. So when you add it together, you get it 8 lakhs. Okay, that's what our revenue from operations. Okay, 8 lakhs, 6,40,000 our cost of revenue from operation. When you added gross profit 1,60,000, you get it 8 lakhs. So now operating profit, you know revenue from operations minus operating cost. So as you know revenue from operations 8 lakhs. So our operating cost 6,80,000. Okay, we get it 1,20,000. Now apply the formula. Operating profit divided by revenue from operations into 100. So operating profit 1,20,000. As you know divided by our revenue from operations 8 lakhs is 100. We get it 15%. Okay, so that's what we discussed all our here. So we discussed all our up to the today we are going. This will discuss operating ratio, operating profit ratio. That's what we discussed all our profitability ratio. So as on now, the last 1 month discussed about the profitability ratio. From the liquidity ratio, activity ratio, solvency ratio, finally profitability ratio. Totally around 15 formulas is coming. So based upon that, you have to work out the problems. Okay, so when you have to memorize the formula, so you have to work out the problems and close your notebook and you have to write the formulas one by one. Like first you have to take liquidity ratio. Then solvency ratios totally 4, activity ratios totally 4, like that. Profitability ratio totally 5. Okay, you have to memorize the ratio only by you have to write the ratios keeping on and you have to work at the problems more. Okay, so thank you very much.